Hey everybody, it's Amy, and it is time for another edition of Got a Minute with Amy, co-starring John Spicer. Well, not really. I sent him a video, and he sent me back just an email. But the point is this week I had a question, a legal question from one of the agents that I really didn't know the answer to, so I wanted to get advice from the lawyer. So we're going to play the video that I sent to Mr. Spicer, and then I'm going to tell you what he said. So, take it away.
There were 5 heirs to the property. So she put in the MLS the 5 names. The contract was written with all 5 names on it, but it turns out that 2 of them are actually the owners, and the other 3 are not. And what happened to cause this problem is originally the 3 pushed the 2 to go ahead and list the property so that they could all get their share of the inheritance. But when the 2 found out that they are the actual owners, they said, well, hell, we don't want to sell it. And so they are saying that because the contract has 5 names on it, 3 of which have nothing to do with the property, the contract is void because it's not a real contract because it's got 3 wrong names on it. Even though the 2 that really do own the property did sign the contract and did agree to it. So the question is if a contract has extraneous names on it, people that don't actually own the property, is the contract void? Is it voidable? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. It would help me in the future too, because a lot of times we find properties that we have too many names on the contract, or vice versa, not enough names. But I would really be curious to see your take on it. If because 3 names are on the contract that have no ownership interest, is that contract actually void, or can the other 2 that actually do own the property be held accountable to the contract that they signed? Anyways, let me know. I appreciate your help. Thank you.
Well, that was a good question, and I didn't know the answer. So here's what I got in legalese from John. Amy, in my opinion, a contract with 5 parties listed as the owners, when only 2 are actual owners, is still enforceable against the 2 that were owners. The fact that there are more parties listed than actually own the property does not make it a void contract, and it is still enforceable against the actual owners since they signed the contract evidencing their interest and intent to sell the property. Okay, I got that. That makes sense. Generally speaking, a contract is only considered void when it is for an unlawful purpose, or when one party did not have the capacity to sign, i.e. mentally insane. We know some of those. A contract is voidable when one is a minor or otherwise accepts the benefit of a contract which is not void. Thanks, John. All right, John, you confused the crap out of me with that last one. I couldn't tell what you meant by void versus voidable. So, I Googled it. Google says, a contract will be considered void, for example, when it requires one party to perform an act that is impossible or illegal. Okay, that makes sense. A voidable contract, on the other hand, is a valid contract and can be enforced, but only one party is bound to the contract terms. So that makes sense. A voidable contract is really a legal contract, but only one of the 2 parties has to perform. The other one is just going along with it, and if they go along with it and get to the end and get the benefit and they're happy, it's good, then great, the contract worked out. But if the one that's not bound to the terms of the contract decides he doesn't want to go through with it, then he can just void it. So I got it now. So I hope that helps. We'll talk to you later. Bye.